I'm very worried for this movie. More worried than I've been for any movie in the Alien Predator collective franchise. But there could be one storyline in this film that might save the entire thing. Predator Badlands is right around the corner. It's coming out next month, and I had to make this video. Because while I am excited to see the runt predator go on his crusade, his hunt in the deadliest planet of all time and fight a whole crazy bunch of aliens, and it will be badass, I have no doubt there are a couple things that really worry me that might bottle the entire film, and it comes down to 3 major issues, y'all. Now, 1, recently people have heard that, oh, this is a PG-13 film, and everyone's losing their minds. People are saying, fuck this, I'm not watching it, Disney-fied it again, it's over. I need you to hear me out for 1 second. I panicked as well when I saw this. I was like, oh my god. Why would you even say this out loud? This is such bullshit. Don't do it. That was my first response. But now, the more and more I think about it, this film barely has any humans in it. So there's going to be a lack of human gore, which is what makes it rated R. Alien gore does not make films rated R. We've seen alien gore in movies like Avatar and other stuff that's PG-13. No one gives a fuck about that. Red blood and organs spilling from humans getting their spines ripped out, that's what makes shit rated R, aside from bad language and maybe some sex scenes. This is not going to have any of that. So, fine. For this kind of film where it takes place on an alien planet and you have mostly just synthetics and a Yautja, I can understand that alien blood doesn't make things rated R. Fine. We can move on from that. The producers got really lucky because now they can promote a film to people of all ages and get more money in the box office. Speaking of which, I have a very bad feeling that this movie's gonna bomb at the box office. I hope I'm categorically wrong and this shit does gangbusters at the box office. I've been seeing a string of box office flops and disappointments from superhero movies to just movies that I didn't think were gonna bomb that hard. I think Predator Badlands might suffer the same thing because I just don't think people trust the films anymore. Thank you, Hollywood, for fucking everything up. We might see a Predator with disappointing returns. Maybe they're gonna make all Predator movies streaming now. But by making it a PG-13, and by making the Predator protagonist, which we're gonna get to, you've kind of turned this to an adventure film that could border on the family-friendly side of adventure films. And I don't want that for a Predator film. It doesn't match the Yautja. It doesn't match what they are. It doesn't match the vibes that the Predator movies should have. Because there is a vibe that the Predator movie should have. And we're going to get to what I mean by that exactly. So by making it more family-friendly, you're going to water it down. That's not a good thing. Not at all, in my opinion. Some people might disagree and say, oh, but this is a Predator for multiple generations and it could be great if they do it right. Yeah, I just don't trust Hollywood to do action adventures made for everyone that has a very popular IP. I don't trust them to do right at all. The other thing is humanizing a Yautja. Yes, a Yautja is a protagonist. You want to make him as relatable as possible. I don't think you need to humanize him, though. It all starts with the Yautja talking to each other, because now they have their own distinct language. We saw hints of this in Predator 2018 when they were speaking to each other, but now I'm seeing them full-on speaking. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not going to nitpick too much on it, but I kind of liked it better when the Yautjas were literally silent. Maybe they could, of course, they would have to speak to each other somehow, right? So it makes sense for them to have a language, but the way they're speaking in this film, it's very different than anything I would have expected from a Yautja. And that makes me think, is a Yautja going to be able to speak this to the all-intelligent synthetic who can manipulate different languages? And we've seen synthetics in the Alien franchise be able to talk in other people's languages. I have a weird feeling that they might have some weird emotional pep talk dialogue between these two that's going to border on very corny if they make the Predator too human and make his speaking too human. That's another thing that worries me. How cheesy can we make the Yautja now? I think you can make the Yautja relatable by having him be put through the trials and tribulations that he's going to be as a result of being outcasted onto this planet and ruining all his honor, and then him having to build up. I think you can do that in silence. You don't need a supporting character giving him emotional pep talks to do that. Remember AVP, where you had a character, a female character that the Yautja teamed up with at the end, but the Yautja doesn't speak a word. And the Yautja isn't exactly as humanized as he could be. He's kind of detached, but you root for him enough because he's fucking badass and he's helping the humans out low-key. He's an anti-hero. That's what he has going for him. You don't need to do all this shit where you're like, oh, we need to do everything to make him as human and vulnerable as possible. You need to be very careful, filmmakers, how relatable you are making some of these Yautja. And that brings us to the synthetic character. Everyone is worried about the synthetic character. All OG Predator fans and fans who are just done with how Hollywood is. They are scared shitless of this character. Now, why? The common quote I see in many comment sections when it comes to her is, please do not let her outshine him. Why is that? Hollywood, do you want to hazard a guess as to why that is? Why would people be afraid of that happening when this movie is about a predator? It's called Predator Badlands. The Yaoja is the protagonist. Why would fans be so afraid of her, a synthetic, a supporting character, outshining him? Is it because you tend to do this type of shit all the fucking time? I have a theory. I had a theory, at least, that she was going to be the main villain. That she was going to be helping him until she got what she wanted from him, and now she's turning on him with the forces of Wayland. I thought that's what was going to happen. And I want that to happen, because that'd be a cool twist. And it would change things up. It would actually make us fans who don't want her to outshine him really happy, because we're like, oh fuck, it's still his story. And she's a villain, and he gets to kind of take his claim to the story. That'd be sick. But there are two of her. So I have a feeling that there are two synthetics, right? Two androids. One of them will be bad and try to betray him and fuck him over. The other one will be good and try to save him. Save him. Now, he does get saved by her in the trailer a couple times from different creatures, but that's different than saving him in the third act of the story when it really matters, when all of it is going down, in the thick of it. That's completely different. That's what people mean by please don't take away shine, please don't make her ass carry him throughout the film. Because even though he's a weaker Yaoja who's being tested, we don't want her ruining the test. I would just like Ella Fanning's character to be a villain, not, oh, my twin is a villain and I'm actually good because I have a change of heart and I like the Yaoja now. It's so fucking corny, man! And then she says a line in the trailer, we might not be alone in this hunt. And then we see a shot of these Wayland soldiers, I guess, some of them, I think they're synthetics, helping. Now, I don't think these two scenes are connected entirely, but when she says that, I'm really wondering what she's referring to. Is she referring to her twin android? I don't know. I do not want too many outside forces helping the Yaoja and watering down his story. I don't want him getting saved left and right. He needs to start doing shit on his own. I'm sure the filmmakers are smart enough to know this. So please, please don't fuck this up. It's his story. You need to establish that right away. That's the integral thing. She is a supporting character. She can help him on the hunt. I have no problem with that. But when it comes down to it, this man needs to take ownership of the story. I'm sick and tired of synthetic characters making our favorite monsters from these IPs puppies. Okay, we saw a bit of an Alien Earth. David did it to the Xenomorphs before that, and everyone's acting like they love this. There's a lot of fans of Alien Earth who think this is cool, and then a lot of fans who hate this. It's the same shit to me. A synthetic character kind of ruining the lore of the Xenomorphs, and I fear that they might do the same thing with the Yaoja. Stop doing it. What is Hollywood's obsession with these AI synthetics, bro? I don't give a fuck about your human creation. They're nothing. So, I don't want that happening in this film. Now, what I'm about to tell you is beyond critical storytelling technicalities. I'm not talking to you as a critic right now. I'm not talking to you as a technical movie reviewer. I'm talking to you as a movie geek and a fan. Everyone knows what I'm about to say, okay? There is something called aura and badassery. A lot of people are about to cringe at the fact that I just said the word aura. I can't put it into words entirely. It's a feeling you get from watching a film, from watching somebody, alright? When something has aura or is badass, you get pumped up. You're like, oh, fuck, let's fucking go. This is what I'm talking about, right? You see that reaction from fans when they see an aura farming moment. There's a lot of movies that have aura. A lot of modern day Hollywood films lack aura. Because Hollywood is trying to do too many different things, trying to make everything so vulnerable, trying to make space for all these different characters that no one gives a fuck about. We need to get back to aura, okay? The Marvel movies have lost aura. Remember the days of Winter Soldier, Civil War, the first Iron Man, for fuck's sake? Infinity War? That no longer exists. What happened? Remember the aura of the Predators. AVP in the first Predator movies, they functioned well as antagonists and anti-heroes because they had maximum aura. There was enough mystery behind them and enough badassery in what they do, but enough curiosity as to what they are, where they come from. Right? It was a perfect balance. They were the perfect monster. They were the opposite of corny and cringe. So if you try to humanize them too much, you're going to lose the mystery. And that's what I feel is happening in this film. Now, as a protagonist of the movie, yes, you do lose that mystery and aura of a villain predator that's trying to kill our humans, but the badassery can still remain if you stay true to his journey. and don't try to fucking water it down. The more and more Hollywood tries to make our favorite monsters more endearing and likable and vulnerable, the less aura they have. It's fine to add complexity to a being like that, but I'm telling you right now, there needs to be a balance. I don't want to be one of these people who acts like, oh, but there's so much complexity and vulnerability. The Yaoja are better than they've ever been because of how vulnerable they are. You're a fucking psyop if you say that. No one can tell me that a Yaoja story where the Yaoja looks pathetic all the time and is saved by characters who are inferior and dumb and annoying, no one can tell, or beaten by them nonetheless. No one can tell me that that's good. I'm sorry. I just don't believe it, okay? You can make a case for making certain characters and beings vulnerable, but maximum vulnerability isn't always good in certain circumstances, and Hollywood seems to forget this. They're focusing on making every single monster now vulnerable. There are times when you should just let it the fuck go. I understand that it's like the 6th or 7th movie in this franchise, and you gotta do something different, and I'm glad that they're making the Predator the protagonist, but that's mostly because I don't want the Predator to lose to a human again, because it's pathetic seeing them lose to humans all the time. It would never happen in my opinion. Most of the times anyways. That's the main reason why I want to see it. I don't want to see a Predator-led movie just because I can see how vulnerable and beautiful and human the Predator could be. That's not why I want it! But the one storyline that could save it is the storyline that I think is happening in the beginning of the film and might come back around at the end of the film. What's happening to this runt Predator when it comes to his clan? His father, the leader of the clan. I want to see that because his father put him on a mission and he failed the mission. I'm pretty sure and that's why he's exiled on this planet, dishonored himself. So the father in the clan, I want to see that lore. Yaoja Prime, the elder, who might be the villain or the bad blood. This motherfucker, whose kill seems to be murdering Yaoja left and right in the trailer, or at least stabbing the shit out of them. I really want to see where this character goes, and I want to see it come back around at the end. I don't want this just to be, Ella Fanning, the Avengers of Ella Fanning and the Yaoja. That chick needs to be bounced, and we need to get back to this. The coolest part of the movie, for me, will probably be this. Yes, him hunting monsters on the planet will be cool, but ultimately it comes down to this because it adds to the lore. It reinvigorates the aura of the Yaoja. Do you understand what I mean now? Do you understand it? You think I'm watching a Predator movie just to see him and Ella Fanning get along and play crisscross or some bullshit like that? Fuck no. And then it comes down to what he becomes. He starts out as a runt Predator who's vulnerable, getting his ass whooped, and then he becomes a Chad. A beast. That's where this movie could be saved. I think it does come down to Ella Fanning. Is she a great supporting piece in this whole chessboard, or is she like an annoying nuisance to the film? And a lot of people might say, Zafy, why are you so paranoid of a female helping a male character in a film? I want to be very clear with people. Anyone who's harping on about, oh, this has to be as masculine as possible, it has to be masculine as possible, or it's okay, let it be feminine, we need to get into the feminine, alright, this is good for the film. You are lowbrow and intellectually retarded in the way that you discuss films. I'm not one of you. Fuck off. I am utterly beyond your comprehension. What I'm saying has nothing to do with gender politics, woke shit, masculine, feminine, anti-woke. None of that even comes to play for me. I'm not thinking in terms of that. You fucking idiots. I hate how divided and politicized everything's become. Stop talking about shit like this. I'm speaking about aura! And I don't give a fuck if you're Celine from Underworld or the Void Sentry from Thunderbolts. I do not give a shit if you're Peter Parker simping for Mary Jane, the worst girlfriend of all time, but then doing this with a train, shitting yourself while saving a train of people and fighting Doc Ock. I don't care if you're Batman crying for a loved one dying and then looking like this the next day. I do not give a shit if you're Ellen Ripley talking shit to Waylon about their IQs. I don't care if you're the Yaoja fighting Dutch looking like this at the end of it, but this is earned because of all the shit you did there. All of these things have aura. Do you understand what I'm saying? All of these things have aura. They are badass. They make you pumped up. They make you be like, yeah, that's so cool. I want to see that shit again. I don't give a shit if you're a man or a woman. I don't give a fuck. You could be a dog for all I care, or a furry. You will find this badass. Get the hell out of my face with all this, oh, but you're afraid of this, a woman? Why can't this be more manly? I'm not talking about any of that, you dumb fucks. I'm talking about this. I'm talking about the feeling that these people get when they watch a badass moment, an aura moment. Guess what? Hollywood lacks that now. Instead, everything needs to be cringe and corny as hell. Give me the aura. Give me the aura back in Badlands. Make the Yaoja aura gods. I'm done ranting about this shit. I will stay tuned, and I will be watching Predator Badlands. I'm gonna be watching it, and I will be making a video on it. I might make 5 videos on that shit. If it's really good, and there's a lot of cool stuff in Easter eggs. I'm gonna go crazy with the theories on that. If it's shit, you won't see me for a couple of weeks. That's all I'm gonna say. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission to take over Hollywood. But the army must keep growing. If you want to suggest video topics to me, or talk about your favorite movies or favorite film theories in a community with like-minded individuals, join the Zafy Discord now. Link is in the description and the comment section as well. Join us. This movement is just beginning. We're taking over Hollywood, one coke line at a time.